Good afternoon, Roadrunners. Welcome to the Battalion Send-Off Lab. This is going to be the last lab of the semester, a culminating event despite all the current strangeness, to reflect all the things we've accomplished, and to recognize some of our fellow classmates for the fall 2019 and spring 2020 semesters. During the send-off, we will have a sharp presentation. We will present some well-deserved awards and scholarships, and then reveal the battalion chain of command. Without further delay, the PMS will give a couple of opening remarks.
Okay, good afternoon, Roadrunners. Before I get started with my remarks, I just want to let you know, I think we've hit capacity on the group. So we're streaming right now live onto YouTube. So if somebody could pass the word to the cadets who are trying to get in to go view this on our YouTube channel, UTSA Army ROTC. Link is in the chat.
I put the link in the threes chat, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, so good afternoon, cadets. It's great to see everybody's smiling faces. I hope everybody is doing well in quarantine life. I think I've had the opportunity to connect with all of the cadets either by visiting your virtual class or having one-on-one conversations with you guys since we've gone into the virtual environment. But it's great to see you guys today as we're wrapping up our final closeout lab of the spring 2020 semester. So as we take some time today to close out the semester, recognize the achievements of the cadets in our battalion, I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you guys. First of all, I want to let you guys know I'm extremely proud of each and every one of you. This time that we're in right now is extremely challenging, and I understand that. The future is unknown. As we continue to prepare you guys to be future leaders in our Army, this is a chance for you guys to work on your ability to think creatively, be adaptive and agile leaders. It's definitely extremely frustrating right now to be in a position where you don't know what the next months or the next year or coming years will look like. For the MS1s, I imagine you're wondering, what will your next academic year look like? Will we be on campus or will we be virtual? For the MS2s, maybe you guys are thinking the same thing, or those that are going to basic camp, is basic camp happening? For the threes, we've had a lot of conversations about CST. What is your summer going to look like? Are we going to CST? Are we going to Knox? When is it going to happen? What are we doing? You're at this point, there's a lot of unknowns. And to the MS4s, the cadets who are going to be second lieutenants in 1 week, when am I going to BOLIC? Will I be supporting CST? What's my follow-on assignment? Will we still be in the COVID-19 environment when I get there? How is that going to impact me and the soldiers that I lead? And we even have cadre that are asking the same questions. My wife is having a baby next week. Will I be able to be in the hospital? Am I moving this summer? Will my family be able to come with me? So while I can tell you right now, I know we don't have a lot of definitive answers. All we can do is prepare with the things that we can control. So at this time, I'm wrapping up my 3rd year of being the PMS in this outstanding program, which I'm proud to lead. I look across the computer screen as everybody was signing in. I see each and every one of you guys working hard to get to the goal that you have. You guys have the drive, that commitment and the goals to become future leaders in our Army, which isn't for everyone. So don't let this environment that we're in right now discourage you. What I would ask you to do is take it as an opportunity. Maybe take it as an opportunity to learn a technical skill that you didn't know. We're all becoming more agile as we learn how to use Zoom and WebEx and Teams and things like that. Maybe take the time to pick up a new hobby or a skill that you didn't have the time to do before. Take some time to get into better shape. I've really enjoyed watching you guys over social media, posting your fitness as you're being creative with how you're doing it and trying to win the competition that we've got going on out there. And lastly, maybe you're taking the time, the opportunity to reconnect with your family or whoever your quarantine family is. Whatever you guys are doing during this time, right? Focus and take it as an opportunity. I'd ask you guys as you head out for the summer, whatever your plans may be, to leave you with 2 thoughts. Stay focused and prepare yourself. So focus your time and attention, right? Like we're all in these quarantine environments right now on the things that matter. So you guys have your exams, you might be going through them right now. You've got exams coming up. Make sure that you're doing well on them. We've lifted a lot of ROTC requirements, so you should have the time to focus on your studies so we can get back in here next semester and get after the ROTC stuff, stay physically fit. Expect to take a PT test within the first 7 days of coming back in the fall. So take ownership of your own physical fitness and prepare yourself, and then develop yourself for whatever's next. So find that cadre or cadet mentor to assist you with that, and use your time and your resources wisely. And in closing, I just want to tell you guys to have a good summer. So good luck with what you guys do, whatever it is that you end up doing. I'm really looking forward to next year. We're going to announce to the battalion, the cadet chain of command. We have an extremely strong rising senior class that is up for the challenge of whatever this next year holds. They're resilient, they're committed, and they have a plan to make the battalion even better. So with that, birds up, come and take it. I'll pass it back over to Cadet De La Fuente.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for those kind remarks again. Now here's Cadet Singleton with the Sharp Awareness presentation. Do we have Cadet Singleton?
She's on.
It was supposed to go directly in the video.
Hi. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the reason for all these briefings, the constant preaching, and the redundant teachings. I guess your leadership figures that if you constantly train, then eventually you'll be able to tame me. That's a large feat. I'm the SHA in your SHARP program. I'm the ulcer in the belly of your organization. I'm the degradation of your 7 core values. I'm the bane of your SOC's existence. I'm the real deal. You all, you're just child's work. I am the strongest army on earth, and ironically, my recruits, they're forces from your armed forces. See, I force discord between brothers and sisters in arms, and forewarning, I'm swarming your ranks at alarming rates. Any day, I'm less than double arms distance away. All it takes is for us to be at close intervals, for her to be dressed right, wearing something tight or something short, so it lets me know that she's open for my type of attention. See, she joined, so she can be a part of something she can be proud of. I'm sure her parents, I'm sure they thought that she would be safe amongst your ranks, but I'm the paw print crawling up your daughter, your little sister's inner thighs while she's in her sleep. I entered her room so I can enter her womb. See, alcohol normally increases my success rate. These 2 dudes, they saw me drag her. They saw me walk her in, and neither of them said a word. Their nonchalantness is the reason I'm so accomplished. They may as well be my accomplice. Intervention is my kryptonite. I would be invincible if it wasn't for nosy battle buddies bold enough to put their noses into my business. The only person with a chance of stopping me is a bystander who's willing to uphold the standard. As long as he continues to stand down, then I'll continue to stand up and raise the stats up. And oh, by the way, let your EO rep know I'm all for equal opportunity. I don't discriminate. I operate within seniors and subordinates alike. See, I was saw as a major issue once your sergeant majors were issued walking papers for taking parts in the lights. That's when I knew I hit the big leagues. I love to ride the coattail of the higher ranking personnel. I'm a pro at quid pro quo. In my simplest form, I come by way of a slide comment or a compliment with a drizzle of sexual content. I'm rampant throughout your workplace. I hide my face behind jokes and jargon like, well, that's what she said. The second I see you smile and you fail to correct me, I'm gonna place the crosshairs across your head, and I'm gonna cross you the next time that we cross paths. And contrary to popular belief, men, yes, men are also a preference for me. I've been able to assault, I've been able to talk at least 1 in 6 into unwanted sex, and most aren't man enough. Excuse me. Most are too man to admit it, so I'm able to operate in iniquity without penalty. See, an assaulted man's ego is badly bruised, but it's still too huge to seek assistance, so the heinous act just sits in his system and eats away at him like cancer. There's no chance of assisting a man who insists on keeping me inside in his little secret. Most think that I'm nocturnal. I'm not. I knock whenever opportunity suits me. I'm normally suited in a familiar face. I've heard some say that about 8 and 10, 8 and 10, 8 and 10, 8 and 10, 8 and 10 military women have met me, but only 3 in 10 will admit it, probably because they're afraid that she'll think they're the reason why the crime is committed. Because you make comments like, well, that's what happens when you wear those rape clothes. When you walk says I'm willing to let you assault/harass me against my will. And everyone knows that permission and promiscuous is paternal twins. I mean, you can't blame him if she was out after 1 a.m. I mean, it's common knowledge that all body parts are up for grabs after midnight. She met me because she kept a grown man parked in a friend zone for too long when she knew all along all he wanted to do was break his parking brake off in her. She should have known better than to trust someone who called themselves a friend. And let me give you some other reasons why she didn't report. She didn't report it because the last time she was the subject of something similar, she was subject to questioning like she was the prime suspect. She didn't know. She had no clue that harassment was punishable by finger pointing. She said they held enough fingers in her face to outfit a million hands. She learned that her shorts would be called to the stand as a cotton material witness to testify against her, that her legs were out after midnight. She learned that in the land of the free, harassment was punishment for having the nerve to choose your own wardrobe. She learned that she could be convicted of having an enticing figure. Now go figure. Assaulters are people just like you. We don't deserve to be tempted. In case you hadn't sniffed it, I'm sexual harassment. If you don't learn to control me, I'll continue to be the oasis of hate surrounding your rings. I'm the new age form of fratricide. I'm the sum of division. You'll never be able to solve me if you don't stick together. I'm a combat minimizer. And until you learn to defeat me, you'll never be able to defeat your country's enemies. So, I want to thank you. For your ongoing support.
Consent, a metaphor. Bored? Yep. Looking for something fun to do before you hit the rack? Roger that. Maybe you're thinking about playing your favorite game. Sure, you can play alone, but it's so much more fun with someone else. The thing is, you can't just go up to random soldiers or friends and insist they play with you. They have to want to play too. That's the essence of consent. Just because someone is wearing a t-shirt about the game doesn't mean they want to play. Just because you had an epic battle with someone yesterday doesn't mean they're interested today. Dude, I just got off CQ. Get out of here. Just because they play with other people you know doesn't mean they want to play with you. If you ask someone to play and they don't say no, that doesn't mean they want to play. If they look uncomfortable or try to brush off the invitation, then they don't want to play, and that's their right. Sometimes a person might seem like they want to play, but they're too drunk or unconscious. That means no. Put the controller down and maybe ask again when they sober up. If you catch someone's eye across the table at the DFAC, remember, they may simply just be acting friendly and not want to play your game. Everyone has the right to choose. You can't force someone to play a video game if they don't want to. If you understand that simple concept, then you can also understand that you need consent when it comes to sex. Whether it's video games or sex, consent is everything.
Alrighty, hello Roadrunners, how are y'all? Can everybody hear me? Hi. So as you know, I'm Cadet Singleton from your Cadet Advocacy. This is basically going in place of our monthly chat that we would normally have. For those that didn't know, or if you did know, last month was Sharp Awareness Month. Sharp Awareness Month, as well as it was the month of the military child. So this is just kind of bringing that back. You've already had the training before, so that wasn't meant to give you the full training, but it was to touch on a couple of the points that's always key. At this time, if we can, I'd love to hear some feedback from a couple of you that could chime in either through the chat or if you can unmute your mics and give us some feedback of things that you've picked up from the two videos that you think would be really key to making sure that our unit maintains our cohesion and the fight against the sharp awareness.
I'll chime in, Cadet Singleton. So what I took from that second video was that consent is everything. So
who do we have that's talking, if you don't mind? Just because we can't, all of us may not be able to see all the screens. We'd love to know who joined us today.
Can you hear me, Cadet Singleton?
I can hear you. I just would love for you to identify who it is because I can't see on the screen right now. You're not one of the ones that's on my screen that's talking. So I'd love to have a name to go with the.
Oh, it's Cadet de la Fuente. Okay. So the thing that I took from that second video is, consent is everything. So it's important to know, even as cadets, even though we're going through this really intense college experience, that it's important to know that we're future Army officers, and we have to always remain proactive, even when we're outside, still as college students, even though we're still hanging out with our friends, making those bad decisions, because right now it is time to make those bad decisions, to just experience, making sure that we do that in a safe and controlled environment. So just make sure, even though you're having fun, make sure you control that fun.
Anyone else?
Hey, Cadet Juarez on YouTube is saying being able to acknowledge consent.
Exactly. Anybody else catch anything from the first video as well that we think could be pretty powerful as well?
Hi, this is Cadet Bay. I just want to chime in on that first video. First off, it really hit the hammer or hit the nail with that hammer. The overall feeling that you get when you watch and you listen to the words. Some people don't realize how much of a cancer Sharp is to an organization, and I really felt like with that presentation, that poetry really hit that nail right on the.
Exactly. In the chat group, we also have Cadet Ramos mentioned about the point of intervention, the way he hit that powerful message to say, sometimes people aren't going to speak up. Remember, it says it's equal to male and females, but you notice that key part when he talked about the males. Males tend to be very prideful, especially when they tend to be that number one leader of the group. Remember, perception has a lot to do with things. So he mentioned that a male will hold it in like that cancer and they won't speak. But guess what? If you were that person that was standing next to them, sometimes you can help them alleviate that pain and grow that unit by being that interventionist as a bystander. So thank you, Ramos, for mentioning that as well, that bystanders are just important as the victim that experienced that event. Anyone else?
Yeah, Cadet Font on YouTube says sexual harassment can happen to anybody. It does not limit itself to a specific type or person.
Exactly. So those are kind of the key points. Y'all have hit exactly what I wanted to, the main key points that I wanted to get from those two videos, and just remind you of with the SHARP program without having to go through the whole spill of it all, because you hear it every year. It is an annual thing that you'll have to get used to as you continue in your career. But understand that it can happen to, it's no rhyme or reason of person of why and how it happens. Let's see, I'm sorry. I see that the other Ramos came up with something else to say that every unit is a subject to be a bystander effect, and it is important not to be afraid to step in. Others will be inspired and follow and lead and make sure that you make a difference. So I apologize for jumping in right there, but I didn't want to forget that comment. But it comes to exactly what we're saying. So many are hitting on the point of the bystander, the point of consent, the point of that you don't know who it's going to happen to, who necessarily, and the point of that video was, as you notice, he was not coming from the perspective like we do with training. We just tell you about it and we remind you of the victim. The point of that that spoken word there was to show you the mindset of an offender, to show you that they look at it as you gave them, as the victim, permission when they came and walked out of there. Every time that you don't speak up for your battle buddy, every time that your battle buddy chooses not to speak up, they look at it as you gave me permission in your fear. So please be mindful of the things that they teach you when the tools and things that they teach you in that SHARP program, because everyone is responsible to help one another. And we are brothers and sisters at arms at all times, whether in the uniform or out, whether on duty or off. And those were the key things that we wanted to hit on with that being SHARP Awareness Month last month. Military child, I want to say for the military child awareness that we want to touch on that to say, I know quite a few of you have some type of military affiliation. So again, thank you for your support to your parents or whomever else that has been serving. Thank you, because some of that qualifies to you also. Wanted to recognize those that were a part of that. And that's really all it was, to just give you that final send off. And I hope that y'all have a great year coming forward. It has been a pleasure to come before you and continue to bring forth what I love doing, is bringing about advocacy awareness. And I hope that someone picks up the reins and continues to do it, whether I see in next year's lineup that may not be an assigned task, but either way, any one of you are more than welcome to bring that to the organization, bring it to cadre's attention to say, hey, I think something's valuable that may be able to be brought to the group this month, and still keep this chain going of making sure that we get more and more knowledge of how we can care for one another. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Cadet Singleton, for all your advocacy and everything you've done throughout this current semester. Now I will announce some of the awards for the school year. Due to this unique situation we're experiencing together, I will quickly explain how these awards will work. They are very much real awards. Both the cadre and the cadet chain of command are tracking who these recipients are. However, the physical awards will not be delivered until the start of the fall 2020 semester, once we finally are able to hold a formation in person again. With that being said, here's a quick Army lesson. Nobody cares about your career more than you. So if you receive an award tonight, make a note of it. Set a reminder. Do whatever works for you, so you remember to bring it up first thing next semester. You've earned it. Don't rely on others to keep track of what's yours. And without further ado, let's get started. So first up will be the Volunteer Award. The Volunteer Award goes to cadets that have shown the most volunteer hours within their MS level. Each of these cadets will receive a $25 gift card, a grunt style t-shirt, and a Roadrunner quote for the VMS. Thank you all for your extra efforts you've done this year. And coming up first, for the MS1 level, Cadet Kendall Barkley, 9 hours. For the MS2s, Cadet Case Jones, 20 hours. Going on to MS3, Cadet Catherine Anderson, 123 hours. And for the MS4, Cadet Sierra Butcher, 13 hours. Now moving forward, the most improved APFT awards for the spring 2020 semester. This award goes to the cadets that have shown the most improvement within their PT scores within their company. These hardworking cadets will receive a grunt style t-shirt, a Roadrunner coin from the PMS, and a 3 days of free PT coupon. This means right after accountability, you can hit the gym and do your own workout for all 3 days of PT on that week. However, since these coupons are likely not to be valid during Bullock, Cadet Longoria will receive a $100 gift card to go towards a new pair of running shoes. Without further ado, let's get started. From 1st Platoon, Charlie Company, Cadet Joshua Glennon. Improved 60 points. From 2nd Platoon, Charlie Company, Cadet Aguilera. Improved 62 points. From Bravo Company, Cadet Tyrell Jenkins. Improved 50 points. From Alpha Company, Cadet Caitlin McDonald. Improved 24 points. From HHC, Cadet Longoria. Improved 60 points. Now moving forward, the Iron Roadrunner Award. This award goes to recognize the cadet that goes above and beyond physical fitness and has consistently scored a 300 or above on the APFT. Cadet Marquez has scored 300 on 5 consecutive APFTs. She will receive a grunt style t-shirt, a Roadrunner coin from PMS, and a 3 days of free PT coupon, and a $100 gift card to go for a much needed new pair of running shoes. Now moving forward, Cadet of the Year, or the top cadets. This award is to recognize those cadets who go above and beyond in their academics, PT, volunteer efforts, and the contribution to the Roadrunner Battalion over the course of the fall 2019 and spring 2020 semester within their MS levels. These cadets will receive a Roadrunner coin as well as a scholarship award from the PMS. The top MS1 will receive a $100 scholarship. The top MS2 will receive a $200 scholarship. The top MS3 will receive a $300 scholarship, and the top MS4 will receive a $400 scholarship. From 1st Platoon, Charlie Company, Cadet Joshua Clennon. The Charlie Company had this to say about Clennon. Cadet Clennon influenced above and beyond in the chain of command by supporting the battalion in events demonstrating the capabilities of a first-year cadet. He continuously found time to assist those who needed help, whether it be teaching fellow classmates or volunteering for supply detail. Cadet Clennon's coachability and willingness to learn is exceptional and deserves recognition. This is little doubt that he will be making a huge impact within his MS2 level. Moving forward, 2nd Platoon Charlie Company, Bryce Crane. The Charlie Company had this to say about Crane. Throughout the year, Cadet Crane demonstrated leadership by providing direction and motivation to his peers in the Roadrunner Battalion as a whole. He maintains a degree of self-awareness and is consistently working to better himself as a future Army officer. His can-do attitude and ability to communicate up the chain of command stood amongst his cadets, and his efforts have had a high expectation during his MS3 level. Moving forward from Bravo Company, Cadet Joseph Ramos. The Charlie Company had this to say about Ramos. Cadet Ramos joined the ROTC his freshman year of college. He is a biology major from Texas A&M University San Antonio, works for Amazon full-time, loves to do PT, and excels in the ROTC program. He's always taking the opportunity to learn new things and to challenge himself as a leader. He always arrives early to PT and never misses class. He doesn't make excuses and his willingness to accept challenges goes above and beyond. Cadet Ramos is a selfless individual, always taking the time to help out anyone in need. He truly cares about the program and his well-being of his fellow peers. He is an outstanding cadet and we will know how he makes a positive impact on others as a leader someday. Moving forward from Alpha Company, Cadet Catherine Anderson. The Alpha Company team had this to say about Anderson. Cadet Anderson has always been a team player. She consistently makes helping others a top priority. When in leadership positions, Anderson gives it 110%. She spends a lot of her time volunteering both within and outside of the program. She is a role model for her peers and a mentor to others. Cadet Anderson will make a phenomenal future U.S. Army officer. Without further ado, I'll pass it on to the PMS.
Okay. Hey, congratulations to everybody who we've recognized so far. This is just great to see all the comments pop up in the chat and to recognize all the great work and effort and things that you guys have done to make yourselves better and to recognize these top cadets. So when it comes to the MS4s, this year we've had the largest class that we've ever had. And the cadre and I sat down and we talked about it. So while we have a large, quite a few talented cadets within this large class, we really took a look at who was able to make an impact on the battalion. And we came up with a tie. So I know there's a monetary award with this. These two cadets are going to split the monetary award, so each of them will get $200 just to clear that up now. So the first one I'd like to recognize is Cadet Juan. So Cadet Juan came into the program this year. We recognized him with giving him kind of a new position of taking charge of the MS1s. And what Cadet Juan did is he took ownership of that position, and he motivated and he really worked with the MS1s to develop them and mentor them. And it stood out from a much larger perspective that all of the cadre could see it. And you could see that him working with the cadre from the MS1s, him out there doing what needed to be done to set that example and mentor those MS1s is really important. So congratulations to Cadet Juan for working with the underclassmen. And then the second cadet I'd like to recognize is Cadet Okorafor. So Cadet Okorafor got the job of the S3 shop, and he was like the blue card guy. And he took ownership of that last year. A former cadet that was a new position last year. He took ownership of that, developed a plan, developed a binder, kept everything organized and on track. And I always saw him in the SMI's office and Major Rose's office. And the importance of that is that we were getting that feedback from the cadets who were evaluating the MS3s and the cadre who were evaluating them. We were giving them that feedback to really give them that 100 or 360 degree leadership picture to provide them some, where they stand on the OML, what their strengths and their weaknesses are. And that's really important as we're looking at developing and molding these future leaders. So congratulations to Cadet Juan and Cadet Okorafor. I'm really proud of you, and I really can't thank you enough for the contributions that you guys have made to the entire battalion. Thank you very much. It's cool to see the chats. Okay, so I think we're moving into the contracting next. Is that correct? Perfect. Okay, so as we kind of wrap up this ceremony, I wanted to take a chance to be able to contract Cadet Chavez and MS2 in front of the entire battalion virtually. So contracting is an awesome thing to do. I first met Cadet Chavez when he joined the Ranger Challenge team. And I knew right there, I saw his commitment to becoming a future leader and going above and beyond to give his extra time to learn those skills and to make the team. So without further ado, Cadet Chavez, if you're ready, we'll go ahead and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Gustavo Chavez,
Solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will bear true faith
and
allegiance to the same,
and that I will obey the orders and that I will obey the orders
of the President of the United States
of the President of the United States
and the orders of the officers
and the orders of the officers
appointed over me,
appointed over me,
according to regulations
according to regulations
and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
So help me God. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations. I'm super proud of you. Welcome to the team. We're looking forward to next year.
Appreciate it. Looking forward to the years ahead.
Do you have any words for the rest of the audience?
No, I mean, just thank you for the opportunity that you're giving me. I'll definitely won't let you down. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to the next 2 years in this program.
Awesome. So am I. I know you've got it in you. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Back over to De La Fuente.
Awesome. Thank you so much for those cadets that have really shown the initiative to get these awards. And thank you so much for those other cadets that, even though you didn't get any awards, you've been showing that willingness to stay in the program, and it's really shown. So now we're going to transition on to announcing the new chain of command.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This old world confusing me. Clouds as mean as you've ever seen. Ain't a bird knows your truth. Then a little voice inside you whispers, don't sell your dreams so soon. Everywhere you look, everywhere it's a heart, I hear the hold on to. Everywhere you look, everywhere it's a race. Somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, you're lost out there and you're all alone. Life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look. Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. Ain't a bird knows your truth. Then a little voice inside.
That was a very memorable video. Now we're going to transition into the closing remarks for the presentation. And I'm going to hand it over to the SMI.
Okay, Roadrunners. Hey, it's been a great year. A lot of hard times going out there, especially with the Corona, how it ended. But we started out strong, good labs, and we got on with the super labs. And I think that will pay off, especially for next year when we get into there and do super labs year round. Right now in Army, you always learn in leadership, the best, one of the main things is flexibility, adapt to your environment. We call it METTC all the time. And you're going through that right now, how resilient you are. So it's a good thing everybody had their Army values and you're living it right now. So stay strong out there, communicate. And for the seniors going off to Bullock, hey, good luck. This is just a test of what the future holds. And when you're on the battlefield, you're disconnected like this and you work from computers and you get all your information through some type of either radio, computers, or something. So it's on you guys, and take the challenge to the next level to come up with the ideas, and thinking outside the box will become the norm for you guys and the future leadership that you guys will hold out there inside the ranks. Best of luck. The Roadrunners will miss you. Reach back to us. And for the rest of the Roadrunners, can't wait to see you guys in the fall, and we'll come back and we'll hit it running. Any other cadre got any closing words?
Yeah, hey, sorry, Gordon, really quick. Hey, for the MS4s that are graduating, it was an honor being your guys' MS3 instructor. If you guys ever need anything in the future, don't hesitate to give me an email or give me a call, letter recommendation. Best of luck to you guys. And for the rest of Roadrunner Battalion, we'll see you guys come here in August. Just be ready to pick up the slack, all right, because it does get any easier.
All right, MS4 Leadership.
Yeah, guys, it's me, Josh Rebel, former S3. I just like to say thank you all for the year that I've had. Thank you for all the development over the, was it 3.5 years I've been in this program? A little bit too long, but yeah, I mean, it's been great, and hope to see you all in the future, and hope you all do great things. Go Finance.
Someone he must have forgot that he's going to infantry bullet.
Is Lane on here? Does she have anything to say before I talk? Okay, I'll go ahead then. I have a few words. I'm not going to take very long. It's about 2 minutes, maybe. I just want to call out a few people. First of all, for the cadre, thank you all, except for Mr. Howard. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks, Mr. Howard. Appreciate it. I wouldn't be here. None of the fours would be where they are today without y'all's guidance, y'all's mentorship, and y'all's encouragement to keep us going, keep us on the right track, and to just help us whenever we needed it the most. For me personally, I wanted to thank you for the opportunity to have a prominent role within the Roadrunner Battalion. I've never been in a position like this before in my career, so I learned a lot, and I gained a lot of memories from this experience. And I also learned that with leadership, there comes satisfaction and there comes stress that goes along with being a leader. So my blood pressure, since I started this ROTC program, it has definitely gone up. So thank you for that. To my peers, all the MS4s, thank you for your hard work and dedication to the Roadrunner Battalion. I only got to know you for 2 years when I started the MS3 program, and I don't think I could have joined any better battalion out there in Cadet Command. So also I want to make a shout out to the shop leaders and the command teams. Y'all are the workhorses of this battalion. Y'all are the ones that really get the work done. Cadet Ski and I and Lane and Rebel, we provide guidance, and then y'all are the ones that make sure everyone gets that guidance. So thank you for your hard work and dedication. I think everyone can agree that y'all are the workhorses of this battalion, truly. To all the cadets, the rest of the battalion, it was a pleasure to be the CSM for y'all. I was nervous about it going into it originally. I didn't know what the hell I was getting into, but the cadre saw something in me, and I'm glad that y'all stood by me. One of my personal goals I had set for myself whenever Master Sergeant sent me a message. One of my personal goals I set for myself was to be a positive and an influential role model. I'm getting tongue-tied. I hope I was able to set a good example for some of y'all, and hopefully y'all remember me by it. Who knows? Some of you had personal conversations with me on the side about the Army and life in general. It's always satisfying to me whenever I can pass along advice and lessons learned to help others out. So that's what I have to say to y'all. So 2 more things and I'll be done. So I'm making it quick. To my friends that I've made while I've been in this battalion. As some of y'all well know, I'm a social person and love spending my time with friends and family. I enjoy building lasting relationships through all this with y'all. If there is one thing you can take with you wherever you go in your Army career or wherever you travel, it's those bonds that you form with those you serve with. And then for the incoming MS4s, lastly, work together, stay motivated, and always communicate. Over communicate if you have to. Remember, someone is always going to be watching you, even if you don't think so. And good luck leading the battalion. And my one challenge to the new MS4s as they take over the Roadrunner Battalion is to leave this battalion better than how we're handing it off to you. And then I'll be followed by Cadets. Mute. Jeez.
All right. Hopefully everyone can hear me. I'm only going to say this once. Probably the most I'll talk, or that you've heard me talk all semester, but it's only because I feel safe behind my computer. Kind of the weird thing about the Army that everyone's generally aware of, but nobody really talks about. You're stuck somewhere, placed somewhere. You spend a big chunk of your time, big chunk of your life in one area. You work as a team. You overcome a bunch of the challenges, solve all the world's problems, defeat evil, right? All the cool stuff. You make some friends. You just start getting settled in. You hit your stride, and then you pick up and you PCS, and you start all over, off to do bigger and better things. That military process kind of makes it easy to just stay low, do the standard. But when you do that, you miss out on a lot of opportunities. And if you're not engaged with your unit, it becomes more challenging. I say that because I kind of how I came into this program, from the Green to Gold program. I mostly just wanted to advance my career, continue on, grow as a person, grow professionally, but keep my head down and do what I needed to do, get out of here. As it turned out, I had no idea that this is where I would end up. I learned a lot about leadership. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about all of you. So just as you continue through this program and you inevitably commission and become a leader yourself, just be engaged and try your best to make a difference in at least one person's life. I hope you enjoyed the past year. I hope from your perspective, it felt relatively smooth or seamless. I felt like it was pretty successful. From my perspective, none of this really would have been possible without the team that I had and without the cadre. So much more goes into this position than I ever imagined. But really, all I did was wear the little Velcro rank. My staff, my command teams, CSM, S3, XO, they're the ones that really made this year outstanding. I know Wes said that they're all the workhorses, but that's true. And for the threes, you'll figure that out soon. It's pretty crazy. But we all struggled. We all made it out alive. I hope the program is better for it. I believe it is. But I think you guys will pick up where we left off and make it even better. So I just want to say thank you to the team. Thank you to the MS4 class. Thank you to cadre for helping me make it through. Incredible experience, incredible opportunity. I definitely would not have made it through alive if I were on my own. So I'm done talking. If any of you speak of me in the future, just make sure to keep it vague and confusing for all those that don't know who I am. And with that, MS3s, you're up. It's your battalion.
And now we'll move on to the MS3 closing remarks and safety brief.
Good afternoon, ma'am, cadre, fellow cadets. So let me start off by saying thank you to Lieutenant Colonel Shifrin, to all the cadre and the MS4s who came before us. Y'all have really been working tirelessly to ensure that we have a productive year. Just so you know, I am really, really excited and honored to be a part of this program. It's really brought out the best of me, and it's brought out the best in all of us, I feel. Without all of your hard work behind the curtains, the classes and the labs, they wouldn't have been successful. So I want to thank you all for that. Now I hope that we as a command team can carry on the torch and continue to make this Roadrunner Battalion great, just like the way that you've left it, and maybe even better. So, but I want to urge everybody, all those cadets out there, that we can't do this alone, not as a command team. We'll really need your help, your motivation, and your initiative, and close attention to detail. Something that was drilled into my head when I was in basic was just be at the right time, or be at the right place, the right time, in the right uniform with the right attitude. Because your attitude, it can really influence everyone around you, all of your peers. So let's positively influence each other and encourage each other to be better, better than we were yesterday, better than we are today. There really isn't a better set of people that I would rather be going through this experience with than this battalion. So I want to thank you. Also, wouldn't be a closing without some additional information. So I just want to put this out there that there was a great networking opportunity that was pushed out on Discord earlier today. It's through the Society of Military Engineers. This group just got approved to be a part of the UTSA family, and they're looking to expand their foothold and offer a variety of services to their members, to include one-on-one resumes, resume reviews, time management skills, and leadership development. They're open to any major, so make sure that you guys check out the Discord chat. Click on the link. It'll tell you that you're invited to the Society of Military Engineers, or the same, and really check them out, because they could really improve your networking, not only through the DoD, but also professionally with the organizations around us. Now, with that said, I just want to say I am looking forward to working with each and every one of you this year. Birds up, be safe, and we'll see y'all next semester. Now I'm going to turn it over to our new CSM Anderson.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Yeah, awesome. Sorry about the unfortunate circumstances. I'm unable to really access my camera since I'm back in Michigan helping out my family. I have to say that my heart is racing because I'm just so excited. I wouldn't have been able to succeed or get a scholarship without Cadre or the fours, or majority the MS3s, my peers, our new command team, who have always been such a huge support. I wrote something up a little bit, so I'm going to go off of that. So during your time off, as always, say no to drugs. And if you're drinking, drink responsibly, but only if you're legal. And do not drink and drive. As we touched base earlier with Cadet Singleton about Sharp, remember, if it's someone else's, don't touch it. And if it's yours, don't touch anyone with it. Consent is vital. Success starts with discipline. Keep yourself disciplined with PT, the knowledge we've obtained, and communication. Don't slack just because it's summer. So that way, when we come back, you're ready to kill that PT test and set the standard for the rest of the battalion. We are one team, one fight with one goal. Remember to check in on your peers, as some people are without family close by, and this could be a lonely time for many. I want to thank our cadre and our MS4s for all their guidance over the years. It was all in preparation for this specific moment, the moment where the MS3s become the MS4s and the oversight to the Roadrunner Battalion. Just one step closer to commissioning as a second lieutenant in the United States Army. Every new command has the hope to leave something better than the way they found it. So to the new Roadrunner Battalion Command, let's stay motivated and hungry to communicate and work together towards an even stronger battalion. Now, I just want to let anybody know, if you need anything, no matter how big or how small, please feel free to reach out. You can call and text me personally for anything. My number is 210-240-4094. I say again, 210-240-4094. And now I would just say take this time to really take a deep breath and reset, because when we come back, I'm sure we all are going to expect nothing less than a really strong start to the fall semester in our final year. And that's all I wrote, guys. So I'm going to hand it back to Cadre.
So real quick, to the outgoing class, to the MS4s, thank you for everything that you guys have done for the battalion. We talk about making it better. It truly is better. To the future leaders of this battalion, I just heard what you guys said, so you have some big shoes to fill, and I know you guys are up to the task. We carefully selected each one of you guys for your positions for a reason, and I'm really, really excited about next year. That video was awesome, so good luck, and I'll see you guys sometime in the future, hopefully sooner rather than later. Thanks, guys.
Does any other cadre have any closing remarks? All right, without further ado, I think that's going to be the end of the lab. Thank you so much for everyone for your participation this year and your motivation. Everyone's really come far in this program, so thank you so much again for being a cadet.
Awesome job.